stuff. How you guys doing? Great.
What was last night?
That was good. That was a good win. Well, yeah, it was super cool. I mean, it was awesome being able to share with the guys and having the families down the field and everything. It was super cool.
What this year has been for you with one team forever, you get like coming home with Washington State, now in the Super Bowl. This year has been.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I still don't really. I was asked about that same thing last night. I still don't really have words for it. It's just been such an incredible. It's been an incredible journey, and just to see the excitement around here, like being a part of this team, this organization, seeing the excitement that there is just around Seattle. How many people are just bought into it and all in on what we've created in this building and how it's permeated out, and it's really cool. It's really cool to be a part of, and looking forward to going out there in a couple weeks and the opportunity to seal the deal, and so yeah, it's been really cool.
What did that mean to you when Matthew Stafford came over? When you showed that clip, what did he say to you about afterwards?
Yeah, and that's awesome. It's Matthew. I mean, just an unbelievable competitor, unbelievable football player. I mean, he's one of the best to play the position. It's just what it is. It's just it's really hard being on the sidelines watching him with the football. It's disheartening because you just know what he's capable of, and obviously just so much love for him as a friend. And so for him in that moment to be able to linger out there on the field and come find me, it means a lot. And that was a pretty cool moment.
Between him and Sam, how good was the quarterback play?
Oh, it was unbelievable. I mean, what those guys were doing, the show those guys were putting on, it was incredible. And I mean, I thought just from the game, just overall, I mean, there was real good defensive play. There was really good offensive play. It was just guys making plays all over the place, and really cool game to be a part of.
You've been part of enough of these games. Is there anything you do to remember them? Do you grab a handful of confetti? What's your custom?
I don't really. I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of it is in like the little, you have enough family and stuff taking photos and videos and share those around, and it's a fun thing to look back on. And but really, I mean, for me, it's just being in those moments. Being down there with Anna and my boys. And my dad was able to come down and be on the field as well. And but to be able to celebrate with my wife and my boys was just a really special thing. And so it's things like that. It's the little moments throughout the game, the conversations, the little things that the detail of this small little thing that we got to share in together and make plays come alive. All those things they stick with you and make these kinds of moments pretty special.
Now that it's over, what did you come against the Rams?
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, that was for the story to be what it was. Like, that had to be through the Rams to be able to get to where we wanted to go in the NFC Championship in that moment. The script writers did a great job with that one. I tell you what.
When you reached for the last first down, did you first realize you could have it? Did you fear a review or a challenge?
Yeah. So I mean, that's the cardinal sin. You don't do that on third down. But I felt good about. I felt good about where I was at, being able to hold the ball, and I also felt like, based on how my momentum was going, where the DB was, and how my body position was, the only chance I had was to try to reach that thing out. And I wasn't concerned about the ball because I knew the ball had forced it out, or the ground had forced the ball out. So I wasn't concerned about that. But the spot, a little bit, I knew it was close. Yeah.
Did you look out from your eye and see if McVay was throwing the red flag?
No, I didn't even look. I didn't look. I thought it was. That's that thing that's tough with ball spot. I mean, it's hard in those reviews. There's got to be a pretty good, clear, significant difference with the refs, and I felt like it was super close, and so I wasn't too concerned about it. And if it was short, I don't know, but I have a feeling Mike's going for it there, and we're sneaking that thing across.
He said so this morning.
Yeah, so there you go. Yeah.
You said it's Cardinals sin on third down to reach across.
Yeah, you never reach on third down. Because fourth down, end of game. Like if it's the last play of the game where it's fourth down, that's when you can reach. But on third down, it's because of that. Like if it was close and you get tackled and you're short, you have an opportunity to go for it still. But you reach for it on third down, you fumble, that opportunity's gone now. You've eliminated the chance for anything on fourth down, and so that's why you don't do it on third. But it worked out. Process over results, so you don't do that. Don't do it.
I don't know if you thought it would take until the conference title game to get your first touchdown in that stadium this season, but it ultimately ends up being the winning points to send you back to the Super Bowl. Kind of what is that?
Yeah, I mean, I hadn't even thought about that. But yeah, I mean, it was, like I said, it was a very cool, really cool thing to be a part of, and I don't know, there was a small part of me that knew that at the end of the game it was going to come down to. Like, man, it's going to come down to me having to make a play in some way. I know it is. And so to be in that place and be able to have the opportunity to make that play, it meant a lot. It was a really cool thing to be a part of.
Your last Super Bowl was a home game. It was COVID. Can you reflect on that one, and maybe what are you looking forward to on this one? That's going to be more of a full-blown experience.
Yeah, but I mean, I did it in 2018. I wasn't playing in the game, but 2018 went to Atlanta for the Super Bowl trip, so I have a little bit of a feel for what the rhythm of that is. 2021 we did get to stay. We stayed in our facility. We practiced in our facility. We were able to sleep in our own beds and things like that. So a little bit different in that regard, but it'll be fun. It's going to be a new journey. It's going to be a new team. It's going to be a new experience, and excited about these next 2 weeks. It's going to be really fun.
Puka too. He talked about all you poured into him last night.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any conflict in your mind? Obviously, you want to beat the Rams, but just watching a guy that you've invested so much in become such a dominant player.
Yeah, I mean, he's had an unbelievable game. The year that he had was unreal, and that's just been. It's hard. It's like in those moments, it's hard because you're like, and a lot of those guys that were across the field last night, a lot of those guys are my best friends. Gonna be lifelong friends of mine. So there's always it's a weird conflict, a weird thing to work through. But yeah, I mean, he's a phenomenal player and did some unbelievable things this year and last night. So yeah, it was tough. It was great to see him. I mean, it was another guy that came up and was able to have a little word with him after the game, and so yeah.
Every first-time coach that goes through a Super Bowl seems to come back the next time with a lot of lessons about what they would do differently. For your experience, what have you learned that you maybe didn't know the first time you went to a Super Bowl?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things, but yeah, I think you just try to keep this. Everyone's gonna tell you that this game's different. I mean, everything about it is telling you that this is a different. For some reason, that this, week 21 game or whatever it is different than all the other ones, but it's not. The game's going to start. It's going to take a little bit longer to get there, but the game's going to start, and when the game's going, it's the game. And I think keeping that and let that be kind of the theme for how you want to go about your process over the next 2 weeks is the way to do it. You don't need to reinvent anything. Just handle your process.
So how important is the routine of this week, maybe this several times? Because this week you kind of have to yourselves before you stand up with the following week.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's a great balance, and I'm sure the coach are gonna have a great plan for us. But as much as there is gonna be media, there's gonna be media stuff. It's just part of the Super Bowl stuff, But that's whatever it is. I think it's an hour and a half obligation each day or something like that. It's an hour and a half of the day. Like you take care of it, and then you get ready to play football. It's just a part of you're inserting it into part of your day. But around that stuff, you still gotta go out there and you just gotta be present, be where your feet are. When it's time to do the media thing, handle your business, protect the team, and then you're gonna move into football stuff. And be where your feet are in that regard. Be ready to prepare to be a really good football team and go out there and compete for a world title.
Did you know Sam was coming to you all the way on the touchdown?
No, I think I'm third or fourth in the progression there. So Sam did a great job being able to get through it, clicking through it, and throwing a ball on my front pad when he's got someone in his face. And so I had no idea it was coming, but yeah, it all worked out.
When you decided to sign here, how far did you assess they were from the Super Bowl? What factor was that?
Actually, EJ texted me last night. He sent me the message that he had sent me originally when I'd reached out to him, and in his reply back to it, I was just asking about what it was like, what the team was like, and he said, I can't remember what he said, we are on the cusp of competing for a Super Bowl, like we're right there, and he's like, he sent that to me again. He's like, I told you, we're right there, and that's what we're all striving for. You try to go out there and win a world title, and it was crazy because my wife and I have talked about like the playoff picture in general. I mean, it was a lot of the teams that are in the playoff picture were teams that, like, we had talked to in some capacity or been like, man, these were teams that we thought maybe we would be with during that process, and really cool to be a part of this one and be able to build what this has become here, and yeah, it's just been an incredible blessing.
Speaking of Ernest, going back to his comments about Sam after the game down there, how much was that a kind of a galvanizing moment for you guys too? You haven't lost since then, like for him to kind of back Sam after his toughest game and kind of have a rallying cry for you guys around him. What do you looking back on it?
Yeah, and I think one of the coolest things, I mean, Ernest has been he's been a mouthpiece for the heartbeat of what this team is, and I think it's one of the best things he's done as a leader is be able to put words to how guys feel. And I think he spoke for everyone. It's like, hey, whatever happened out there, whatever the result was or whatever, like we trust in Sam and what his process is and who he is as a player, who he is as a person. That's going to ultimately that process and who he is, that's going to get us to where we want to go. And Ernest standing up on at the podium and putting that to words, and that was the team. That's the team speaking, and it's been really cool to see how Sam. I mean, I don't think Sam didn't need that from us, but because I think he would have been the same guy regardless. He would have continued to come out and ball out for us and get us into the right stuff and command the huddle. And so, I think that was a really cool thing for Ernest, being able to do that, and the way that he stood up for Sam in that moment when a lot of people outside of the building maybe wanted to think differently about it.
Cooper, last night, Jack said from day one he was trust the process over results. He said that changed his life as a person, as a player. Can you see how it impacted him this season and how it contributed to the year you had?
Yeah, well, I mean, Jax was a great football player before I got here. He was an unbelievable football player before I got here. So just start there. But I think one of the coolest things to see through this year, not saying it was anyone's hand in it except for just Jax being Jax, but his ability to stay present in the moment when teams are going to try to take him away. There's going to be times that he's on a dry spell, and again, there's points in the game where you're not getting the ball thrown your way, but his ability to stay in the process and just trust that, hey, this is going to be something. You just stay engaged, keep mentally in this thing, like the ball's going to come your way and you're going to make a huge play for us. That's just a small micro moment, in games, but through week by week, it's like, man, coming out here and being engaged in walkthroughs, being engaged in practice, ask questions, and it's not going to be perfect. There's going to be days that you're hurting and days that you're tired and mentally maybe you're not there, but to be able to continually come back and like, hey, own the mistakes, be accountable to those things, and when it comes time on Sunday, because you've been accountable and you've been consistent in those things, man, he shows up. He shows up on Sunday ready to go, and so that's been super cool to see, and yeah, it's testament to the player that he is.
Your
Super Bowl MVP trophy. First of all, where do you display that, and how often do you look at it? When was the last time you looked at it?
I believe it's down in LA. So who knows? Yeah. Thank you guys.